In this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to focus on the right thing so that you can grow your business consistently. So have you ever wondered why you get to the end of the week, end of the month, and look back and think, why have I not moved forward? Why have I not experienced the growth that I'm looking for? And why do I feel like, even though I'm working a lot, putting in the hours, nothing really seems to get going, right? Nothing really seems to get traction. Nothing seems to really generate leads, clients, and cash, essentially. And it can kind of feel like you're spinning your wheels. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through two things. We've got a couple of principles here. I hope you can see the whiteboard. If not, the value is going to be in kind of the conversation, right? First whiteboard session for you to see how we get on. So we've got some principles here that I'm going to show you, and then we've got the 5 core functions. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you the exact next step and the most common thing that you can change right now that will explode your business. Okay, so stay with me. So again, focus is one of the most important things. What most people do, so if you can't see this, I'll make it clear. So this says problems versus projects. And what I mean by this is that most people will decide what they want to do based on what projects they want to work on. That can manifest itself as like a podcast, and right, I want to start a podcast, or I want to launch an ebook, or I want to write a book. Something that sounds good, or something that they see other people doing, but doesn't actually solve a problem in their business as it stands right now. Okay? The best way for you to grow your business is by flipping that, and rather than looking at projects that you want to do, is looking at what problems exist in my business right now. Okay? Because all businesses is solving problems, right? You're solving problems with other people, and then you're solving problems in the flow of your business. Okay? And that flow for most people from a high level is traffic, sales process, sales calls, and then delivery. Okay, we're going to go into a little bit more depth into this over here, but that's kind of a frame for you to think about, right? So are you just choosing projects that you want to work on, or are you looking at your business and say, okay, right now with where I'm at, what is my biggest problem that outside of what we're going to go into next, which are the high profit actions, I need to work on outside of the time that I'm spending doing the daily inputs. Okay? So the next thing is high profit actions. So this can be anything from income generating tasks, revenue generating tasks, anything that revolves around the daily inputs you need to put into your business to generate cash at the end of the week and at the end of the month. Okay? If you're watching this, you're probably an established coach, you're probably someone who is trying to grow their business, you've seen some success, and just winging it is trying to get you so far, but now you are really looking to understand how to consistently grow your business by systematizing a little bit more and understanding the nuances around client acquisition and scaling your business, right? High profit actions. For most people, it's going to be around creating content, having conversations, booking sales calls, and having sales calls, right? What are the actions, the inputs that you need to do, the things that need to happen to generate cash? Okay? There's a lot of things that you could be doing. But what are the things, and the top of mind, is this an income generating task? Is this something that directly impacts my cash flow? Okay, which is another question to make sure that you're kind of really, really focused on. The next thing is around bottlenecks. So as we understand a flow, okay, so this might be from a stranger or someone kind of coming into our world to becoming a follower, to becoming a lead, to becoming a sales conversation, and to becoming a client, and then getting that client results. There's going to be bottlenecks along the way. Think of it like a kind of a flow of water through a system of pipes, okay? The more water flows through, the more money comes out at the end, okay? If there's leaks in the pipes, if there's blockages in the pipes, if there's things that aren't connected, whatever comes in the front end is only a fraction or none is going to come out the other side. So when we're looking at our projects, we can look at it from the sense of where is the flow stopping? Is there enough flow? For one, am I getting enough traffic? Am I getting enough people seeing my stuff and coming in? Okay, and people are coming in, but they're getting stopped at the point where they're not booking calls. Because if I'm using a close by call process, if I don't take calls, I don't make money. Okay, inside of the Freedom Creator Academy, we teach you how to close by DMs and close by calls. So give you a kind of different kind of levers that you can pull based on where you're at and kind of how you want to build your business. But let's say, for example, you're booking calls and you know that, right, I didn't make enough money this month. So how do I increase that? Oh, okay, right, I didn't book enough calls. I had 2 calls in the diary, 3 calls in the diary. Whereas if that could be 3 calls per week and I get 12 to 15 calls over the month and I close at a 20%, 25% close rate, then that's my 3 to 5 sales over the course of the month that I need to get on. So I just need to focus on increasing my call volume. Okay, and then you focus on where is that. And lastly, guys, what gets measured gets managed. I hope you can see this, right? Because if you're not tracking this, you're not going to have any idea of where you need to focus. And it goes into all of this, right? Are you doing your daily high profit habits? Are you putting the inputs in? Are you tracking those numbers to make sure that you know what inputs you're making and what outputs you get? If you're making the money, you're signing the clients, and everything we kind of work towards is like 5 clients. How many piece of content I've got to post, how many people I've got to speak to how many calls have I got to book to sign 5 clients, right? And then if you haven't got it, where's the bottleneck? Okay, cool. The bottleneck is that I haven't booked enough calls. So then you know, rather than maybe fixing up your offer, or you're going to start a podcast, or you're going to do some other kind of ebook or launch something, right? You now know, okay, cool. Out of everything I'm doing outside of my daily high profit habits and actions, I now need to focus on booking calls. Whether that's me doing outreach, whether that's me building an asset that's going to pre-sell people to book calls, whatever it is, now you can direct your focus on the problem instead of just a project. Okay, so I hope that kind of lands with you, right? Any questions, guys, let me know in the comments. So, a framework that I want to teach you. This comes from one of my mentors. Mentor is a guy called Alex Sharfin, and it's the 5 core functions of a business. Every single business has one of these 5 things. Again, this is going to give you a framework to look at your business and assess where you're at. Okay, the first thing is lead generation, right? So this is how many leads am I generating on a day-to-day or weekly basis, okay? Without lead gen, nothing happens. You're never gonna grow your business without any leads, okay? And this is gonna be, so from like stranger to follower, it could be from follower to email list, depending on kind of what you're looking at and how you wanna kind of choose to view this, okay? But fundamentally is, am I getting people that don't know me to know me? And am I getting a way of contacting them on a daily and weekly basis? Okay, the next function, a core function, is lead nurture. So from those people that come into my world, how am I nurturing them, right? Most businesses will go straight for the neck, and they'll get a lead and they'll try and get them to become a client straight away. The reality is, with the way the world is now, there's a trust pandemic. People are more skeptical than ever, and having a system where you nurture leads to take them from cold lead to warm lead to hot lead is the process that we take people through. Okay, so you might be watching this now, you might not know me, right? It might be the first time you see me, you could say you're a cold lead, right? Because you're like, who the fuck's that guy with the hat on in the video, right? You might be coming and watching this through my Instagram. You might follow me on Instagram and you might know me a bit, you might like me, you might know me a little bit more, and you want to think like, cool, I'll check out his YouTube video. You might also be someone that's been watching me for a while and you're like, I like Ryan, but now's not the right time. I'm just not quite sure if he's the right guy yet. You might be a hot lead and you might need to watch a video like this and something land and I'm like, fuck, yes, he's my guy. Let's do it, right? But without lead nurture, Without this system and ecosystem, we use content ecosystem, which is short form, long form content and emails. We will be moving into a Skool group soon. Again, problems right now. This is a massive problem for me right now. So I'm not focusing too much on it. I've got other problems I'm solving, right? But the Skool will be an action, a strategy that we'll be implementing very soon. I do have a free Skool group. There is free courses in there. It will be in the description for you to join if you want to join and get some free courses. It's just not something I'm pushing and actively right now. So that's lead nurture, to move people through from cold to hot. The next thing is conversions. So this is taking people from a cold, warm or hot lead into a sales conversation to get them to join your program, your offer. Okay, if you're watching this now and you're still here, there's going to be a link below, right? There's going to be a link below to a mini masterclass. In that mini masterclass, I basically walk through my whole business model for you to kind of get to understand who it's for, how I can help, if you resonate with the mechanisms and kind of things that I use. And if you want to book a call with me or you want to inquire about working with me, there's a way for you to do that, right? That's either going to be booking an alignment call or we're going to have a quick chat to see if we vibe, just to make sure that we are completely aligned and it's going to be a good fit for both of us and we can definitely help you get your results. Or you will send me the word freedom on Instagram and then we can have a DM conversation. I can send you over the offer doc to see if it's a good fit. We can do a bit of voice notes. If you don't feel like you need to call, you don't have to have a call if you like me enough. But then that's the conversion mechanisms, right? It's taking people who want to inquire about working with you into a conversation to see if it's a good fit, to see if you can help them, and to see if now is the right time. So the fourth core function is delivery. So delivery is the actual thing that you do. Is what you do get results? Inside of Freedom Creator Academy, we help establish coaches, consultants, creators, build a system that helps them sign 5 dream aligned clients every single month to add an extra 5 to 15K a month to their revenue. Okay, the system works. I've got a shitload of testimonials. It works for everyone that comes in that commits to the process. Okay, delivery, you should be able to get results for what you do. And if you don't get results right now, please don't try and apply because I can't help you. I used to serve people that kind of haven't really done any coaching consulting. It's not what I do anymore. Okay, you have to go through the process of doing that and building that yourself. But what I can help you with is building your signature success system. So this is kind of the process to systematize your process to take people from A to B, to make sure that you have a framework, a methodology, mechanisms so that you actually can get results of the messages and the people that you speak to in your leads, nurturing and converting them into a delivery system, a value system that provides value that you provide to the marketplace, okay? And then the last thing is retention, okay? Retention / resell. Okay, and another way of looking at it is lifetime customer value. So like, there's a brilliant saying that I loved and I heard once, and it was around wallet share versus market share. So most people will spend most of their energy and time trying to get people to go from the market into their wallet, in the sense of trying to get people to pay them initially, the first payment, right? For someone to actually make that initial payment, there has to be a shitload of trust, authority in them to make that purchase decision. On the basis that that purchase that they've made, they've actually got results and they've got value from it, your energy, in certain cases, is better spent based on your problems, right? To increase wallet share over market share. So it's how do you then solve more problems and get people to stick around longer by creating more problems, more value, and creating a place that is actually a brilliant place for you to be, right? Inside of the Freedom Creator Academy, we have kind of our ethos and kind of methodology and philosophy around offer building is make an offer so good that people can't say no to. Classic, right? You probably heard that before. But then make it so good people don't want to leave. Make it that good that your clients want to stay. right? The way that you do that, and this is kind of a little hack at the end I want to give you, okay? You cannot lead if you don't know where you're going, okay? None of this shit works if you aren't absolutely aligned in where you're going, what mission you're on, who you're trying to serve, and building an offer that has longevity for you to serve your dream aligned clients for the foreseeable future. Because if you don't do that, if you're not anchored deeply in this sense of alignment and trust and faith and excitement and inspiration, so you wake up every day like, let's fucking build this thing. I love this shit. And I really want to go out there and really serve people. None of this is fucking worth it. None of what I've just told you is going to work. Because you have to be aligned. You have to deeply, deeply care about who you serve, how you serve them, have a fucking great product, great service that you want to go out there to the world to sell, okay? So if you're in any of this, right, and you want to take the next step, if you're watching this and you resonate with me, you resonate with my energy, you resonate with anything that I've just told you right now, I really hope that you can see this. I encourage you to book an alignment call. Right? The alignment call is basically where we will have a conversation, we'll have an alignment chat where we'll basically discuss if you are aligned and where you are out of alignment in your business right now. Okay? Because it could be this, it'll be one of these things, right? You might be completely unaligned with your delivery mechanisms. You might be like what I'm trying to offer right now isn't quite right, and internally I know I kind of have this kind of intense like internal conflict that I just don't know if I can deliver on the results. Cool. We can identify the bottlenecks there. You might be with your conversion mechanisms. It might be the sales process. Like you're like, I just don't like sales calls and I want to move into closing by the ends, right? We can have a conversation around how that aligns. Like what's that journey for you to go through? It could be your lead generation or your lead nurture around, I don't know how to generate leads consistently. I don't know, my messaging's not hitting right. My niche is slightly off, like whatever it is. Right? The alignment calls are for us to have a conversation and for me to shift radically you into alignment so you can get accelerated results. Okay? On the other side of that, if me and you are aligned and I feel like you're aligned to what I do, I'll make you an invitation to join the Freedom Create Academy. It's absolutely no pressure. It's not a hard sales call, right? It's an alignment call between two human beings, me and you, right? And we'll sit there, we'll have a conversation, we'll get you into alignment. And if I feel like that next step is something I can help you with, we'll have a conversation about that. If not, you have radically found fast alignment and you can move on in your business. Okay, so look, if you're still here, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. And if you do want to learn more about kind of how the mechanism works and what the offer is and kind of what it looks like to work with me, there'll be a video, one of these two things, depending on how the YouTube comes out, just around how I made $10,081 inside of my community within a 7-day period. That was cash, not revenue. So you can steal it basically. So if not, all good. I'll see you on the next one.